Okay, so this is for that. This is for Zelda Cat or whoever. I'm just gonna put it on YouTube so it doesn't take up so much storage on my phone. But anyways, usually with pen, I always it's the number one thing is just about, in my opinion, is like defining or like, I don't know how to put this, or like making stuff look 3D, or like defining the shadows and making things like pop. Cause like, and so I have this here. I have an operator helmet. Or just like a helmet of really anything. I don't really know. But just like a helmet in general. And right now it just looks like a sketch. But say if I wanted to like make it pop out of like the page, there's like a couple ways you could do it. The number one way is like mainly people have seen me do it is just add contour. So like really the control and like the precision of your lines, you said they look like chicken scratch, but like eventually they get like, let me zoom in a little. Eventually they get better and better the more you draw. So you just have to practice. But like also like the angle, like see how I turn my page and how it's a lot easier for me to just like, you know, and then you don't always have to do your line work first. Like I just like put that down just like right there. And then so obviously here, let's have a like a value bar here. So obviously the more lines you have, the darker it's gonna be. And so, or you can have less lines and just have thicker lines. So like, you know, and then sort of ease off of that. This pen sort of sucks, so that's why it's like losing, you know, like ink. But like, that's about it. So you can have like more deeper lines that slowly get thinner, or you can just have like a ton of lines. More lines mean like a smoother gradient. So like, you could have like, also, okay, yeah, more lines is just like smoother gradient. Also, for things, the main thing is that when say people are drawing like a box or a circle and they want a crosshatch, usually people just think, oh, crosshatch, okay. And they start with like this. Or if the light is coming from like right here. And they start with like this, and then they start doing like this. I mean, that's one way to do it. But a way to have stuff pop more and look more 3D, like say if someone wants a box, they're just like, oh hey, look. Like that's one way to do it. It's not a way I'd recommend. But I mean, it's a style. I mean, you can make anything a style, really. But like, with like boxes and stuff, you want the lines you're making to follow the like side or the shape. So like look at this box right here. It is like have them follow this way. If the light is coming from over here, like have them follow this way. And then these can go down. And then like these up here. And you don't have to do them in any specific way. Like I could just draw like the same box, but instead do them like this way. And it adds another level of like detail or like complexity to your drawing or something. Like I forget how to say it, but there's like a way to decide it, but really it's just whatever feels right in my opinion. Like I made the lines this direction horizontal and not like vertical, not like this way, just because I think that feels right. But like, I'll be honest, I don't really know how to explain how I decide that. And then you know, less lines. Just let me do this drawing maybe so you can like see. Yeah, see like here I went vertical on these, but then on this little like chin piece I can go like horizontal. And that's fine. And then don't be afraid to use dark, deep shadows. It's like, I don't know what kind of pen you're using, but I just love microns. This is like the kind of pen I recommend. But I like graphic and brush ones. So like, say I'm trying to draw a, should I put here? Let's do like a, I don't know, just some helmet maybe. That's terrible. There. Sort of looks cartoony, but whatever. I don't really care. Don't be afraid to add like deep shadows. Like brush pens aren't very good for this, but like they're like nice for adding really deep stuff to like define the shape of your thing. So obviously this is the brim, and under the brim it's going to be dark, and under here it's going to be dark too. And like shadow right here, and then you go back, or what I like to do is I go back with the pen and then add a gradient. So like here you can see the dark shadows, but then I can add like lines here to sort of gradient it. This is weird, I've never made an art video. I don't know. And then also if you're like unhappy with like the way things are looking, you can always do like pencil underneath, or like on top of it. It adds like an entire level of like value or tone. So like, let me see. Like if I have a visor here, I really need one of these pens. Visor here. And then like this is like usually what I do just for a visor on pen. Like that's just how it is. But another, like, I always like to add pencil to like, you know, make it look more like it. I can like add smoother gradients. See, now it looks a lot more like reflective. See, there isn't really a good way to explain. Like, if you're really trying to go into like a realistic thing, then you can like look at the surroundings of the visor and put in the surroundings and the light sources. But really, I just dumb it down to like random lines and gradients. So like, you can pretty much do that with like any, you know, shiny thing. So you're like a metal panel or something. And it's like, oh look, here, random line, another random line, but this time it's thick. 2 lines over here. And then I like to add like an eye. I don't know if you've done like an eye. It's like an eye, and it's like italic or something. No, not italic, but just like that. And I'll add those in, and then the pencil, I'm like, oh look, here's a random gradient. Here's another random line and a gradient. Some more stuff. And then sometimes I went like too dark on this one, so I like erase right here. Maybe like right here too. See, sort of looks shiny or something. I don't know. It works out with like the visors and stuff. And then I was talking about, you could always go like under, or like, I usually like to go over with the pencil just so I can like see them more. Like, what is it here? See more of like the thing. And it also helps like do the what do you call it? I just realized I wasn't even saying this part, dang it. But like this part is supposed to be black right here, and this part is supposed to be like, you know, not as dark as black. So like when you're shading it, also don't be afraid to like zigzag. Like if you want your stuff to look really clean, you can always do this. But if you're putting a lot of lines down at once instead of darker lines, you can always be like Like it's really not that hard. And then always don't restrain yourself to like straight lines. Like here you can see like I'm doing like not straight lines. You can do curved lines too. And I don't know. I'll be honest, I've just been drawing for so long, most of it just comes natural. But that was like the best I can explain it. Also, most of the time this stuff doesn't look very good on like organics, like faces or anything. Sometimes it will, but it really makes stuff look geometric. And also things with like, it's really hard to do things with like long panels. So say like I'm drawing like a so I'm drawing like a Forerunner and he has this huge shield or something. I don't know, just like that. Or no, hold on. I have a good idea. Like the Forerunner installation thing. But like, it's really hard to, in my opinion, this is what this style isn't good for. It's really good for complex designs. I don't know, some people do it differently. Maybe I'm just not as good as it. But like, if you're doing like large flat surfaces without details, like it'd be hard to like consistently, you know, hatch this thing. So maybe you could like break it up or something, and then you could do all of them separately. Like this, maybe. I don't know, but yeah, that's what it's like not good for. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully.